Hello and welcome back to Nerd Doc. The first Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer is finally here, and this video breaks down the various scenes of the trailer. There are spoilers for Quantumania in this video as we break down the trailer. This is your spoiler warning. Before we jump in, we are doing a PlayStation 5 giveaway, and you can find details on that in the description below or at the end of the video. The trailer starts with Elton John's song Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which you can find Spotify and YouTube links for in the description below. Scott Lang is just being himself and Ant-Man in society. He is now the Baskin-Robbins Employee of the Century, calling back to the first Ant-Man movie when he worked there. We already knew that Scott was semi-famous from the Ms. Marvel series, and that Scott has become a bit of a celebrity. He has a big podcast and even wrote a book. We see him celebrating that fame, but also see people calling him Spider-Man, meaning they know he's an Avenger, but don't really know much beyond that, and just assume he's one of those insect superhuman guys, so he's kind of important, but not really. The trailer moves to the Ant-Man family, where we see Scott, his daughter Cassie, now played by Katherine Newton, as well as Hank Pym and his wife Janet Van Dyne, and their daughter and Scott's girlfriend, Hope Van Dyne. Cassie, with the help of either Hope or Hank, has made a beacon of sorts for the quantum realm. Cassie says that people still need help, so this beacon will help find them and notify the Ant family so they can assist. Unfortunately, this sends a signal through the quantum realm, which immediately alerts Janet to the dangers of such a device. Janet spent decades in the quantum realm and knows that not everyone down there is friendly. This is a direct reference to both Kang and Krylar, Bill Murray's character, but we'll get into them in a moment. Before Janet can convince them to shut it down, the beacon finds someone, likely Kang, and everyone gets sucked into the quantum realm. Next, we see glimpses of the quantum realm in all its beauty as Cassie asks her dad where they are. Everyone in the family has been to the quantum realm except Cassie, so she has no idea what's going on. Alternatively, she has been down there before, but never to the specific place they're currently in. The quantum realm is basically another universe, which means it's massive in scale, relatively speaking. Next, we see some tribal mercenaries, or perhaps just some normal quantum realm inhabitants. We don't know who these people are, but they will likely take Scott and Cassie to the main city where the movie takes place. They are hostile as they have guns pointed at Scott and Cassie, so they could be working with Kang or more likely Krylar. Given the fact that Hope is separate from Cassie and Scott here, and both Janet and Hank are nowhere to be found, this probably means that they all got separated when they entered the quantum realm. Time moves differently down there, so having everyone going in just a few seconds apart could actually be hours or even days in the quantum realm, so it makes sense that they wouldn't all be together at first. Next, we see a close-up of Hope in her Wasp suit, then Janet, Hank, and Hope walking through the quantum realm, as Janet explains that they're in a secret universe beneath their own. As the trio travels through the quantum realm, we see them wearing clothing similar to the quantum realm inhabitants that had Cassie and Scott at gunpoint. Scott and Cassie are nowhere to be found though, which means that this is likely before those two arrived in the quantum realm or after Kang has taken Cassie hostage, which we'll get to in a moment. Hope asks Janet what she's so afraid of, another nod to both Kang and Krylar, but this is a very different scene because we see Hope in her Wasp suit instead of the other clothing. Next, we see the trio is walking through a city within the quantum realm, as Janet explains that there's something she never told them, once again referencing Kang and Krylar. This is confirmed by a quick shot of Kang placing what looks like a power source into what may be the MCU version of his time chair. In the comics, Kang used his time chair as a method for traveling through time, which also had weapons and a lot of defensive mechanisms. Next, we get a wide shot of the main quantum realm city where the movie takes place, which looks suspiciously like the city outside the windows of the TVA offices in the Loki series. Now we hear Kang speaking in the background, saying that this place isn't what you think, as we get a glimpse of an army that is most likely Kang's invasion force that he's intending to use when he invades the Earth and Avengers Kang Dynasty, or possibly even sooner than that. We get more shots of the quantum realm in the main city here, before finally seeing Bill Murray's Krylar. In the comics, Krylar had a very brief run in an issue of The Incredible Hulk. We know that Krylar had a romantic relationship of some sort with Janet Van Dyne while she was down there trapped in the quantum realm. Krylar is working with Kang, but his motives are currently unclear. While not confirmed yet, Krylar is also rumored to be the ruler of this quantum city that may be known as Kai. The city was inhabited by various monsters and creatures in the comics, but Krylar himself looked mostly human aside from his green skin, which we see he will not have in the MCU. Bill Murray has said this will be his only MCU appearance, but as you can see, his role in Ant-Man is far more than a simple cameo. The next scene in the trailer shows Ant-Man in his giant form fighting alongside Wasp. They're fighting against the forces within the city, which we again assume to be Kang's army. Kang's voice says that he can get you home and give you more time. This may seem as though he's talking about getting the Ant family back to Earth and out of the quantum realm, but this is more than likely a flashback to when Janet met Kang the first time while she was stranded in the quantum realm. Kang offered to help Janet and not only get her out of the quantum realm, but alter time so that it was like she never got lost in the quantum realm at all. However, Janet realizes that Kang has plans to invade Earth, and it's rumored that she shrinks his timeshare, or at least his power source, essentially trapping Kang in the quantum realm and delaying his plans to conquer the Earth. Next we see Janet by herself as a monster is approaching. Janet is not wearing what she had on before they enter the quantum realm, so this isn't right after she got there, but she's seemingly alone, so it's difficult to tell exactly when this takes place within the movie. Now we see all the family members except Cassie staring at something that's glowing red with electricity. Scott is all beat up here, so this could take place after the previous fight where we saw Scott and Hope fighting Kang's forces, or it could potentially be near the end of the movie. The red energy seems to be warping space-time, which could be in relation to the next scene, where we see Scott is running towards some sort of circular object as crazy things start to happen to him. Now there are multiple Scott Langs here, possibly all at different points in time being brought together, or maybe just some weird effect of the quantum realm or the specific location he's in, but he's after something. The circular object could be where the power source for Kang's timeshare is located. In the movie, Kang takes Cassie hostage in order to force Scott to help him get his timeshare working again, and this could be the end of that heist. Now we get a shot of Scott and Cassie running while being shot at. Scott's face doesn't look beat up here, so this is likely taking place before the scene we just saw. This may even be when Cassie initially gets taken hostage, and these are Kang's forces shooting at them. Next we get a money shot of Kang in full comic-accurate attire, followed by a second money shot of Scott, Cassie, and Hope in their superhero costumes. What's notable here is that Cassie looks a lot like her Stinger persona from the comics, instead of stature, which is what most people were expecting. The trio may be looking at Kang coming down to greet them, but it's hard to tell. They're definitely cautiously looking at something, and there's no sign of Hank or Janet, while these three look ready for battle. The final shot of the trailer is Kang after he's kidnapped Cassie, asking Scott what it's going to be. This is in reference to Kang needing his timeshare working, and asking Scott to help him get what he needs. Kang won't release Cassie until Scott helps him, which forces Scott to go along with his plan. So what did you think of the first Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer? It wasn't quite as epic as what was shown at D23 and San Diego Comic-Con, but it wasn't bad for a first trailer. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's get into the giveaway details. To enter, first subscribe to the YouTube channel and then follow us on at least one of our additional social media channels, either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, all linked in the description below. Between October 20th, 2022 and November 13th, 2022, which is the Sunday after Black Panther Wakanda Forever releases, comments made on any post published during that period of time on our Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter will enter you into the giveaway. The more posts you comment on, the higher your chances will be. You can enter once per post. Unfortunately, this is US only, but on Monday, November 14th, 2022, we'll pick a random comment from a random post during that period of time and contact the winner, as well as announce the winner in whatever video we publish that week. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves Marvel and Ant-Man.